All right, welcome to another episode of Fred's Repair. My name is Aaron. If you're new to the channel, we named the channel after my grandpa. We lost him last year. This is a tribute to him. Today, we are going to keep working on the 1977 Polaris TX 340. On the last video, I got the engine out. Today, we're going to start working on cleaning up the engine, taking it apart, replacing seals and gaskets, cleaning carburetors. That's the main, and the fuel pump. We're going to do the fuel pump too. The problem that I have came into right now is that I cannot get the choke cable out of this carburetor. So I got myself one of these little ultrasonic cleaners, and I'm going to see if I can take the top part off and possibly get it to vibrate, cavitate, whatever it does in there, and loosen that up for me before I get everything else cleaned up. So that's gonna be project number one. Okay, so I've got hot water from the old kettle. We're gonna fill this up to the fill line. Leave some room because I am going to do the whole paper bag trick, or plastic bag trick. I'm going to clean all the parts to this little carburetor anyways, so I just got this little basket that I'm going to put all of my odds and ends pieces in. Bit of a difficult lighting today, so sorry about that, but it's all part of camping. I have not had these things apart yet, so I don't know what the insides look like, but either way, everything is getting taken apart and cleaned, so we're gonna find out. Ooh, gross. Just powder fell out of that. So this is a good thing that we're cleaning this up. And look at this. This is just... I'm sure that's what's in here too. I just cannot even get that to think about budging. So we're going to put this whole thing in there and just see if I can get it to come loose, because there's just some sort of particulates in here that are not letting it happen. Okay, so we're going to start by just filling the bag with a fair amount of warm water. Maybe a little bit more than a dash of simple green. Now, take the carburetor, put it in a bag. Now I'm going to try to get as much air out of this thing as I can. In a perfect case world, I'd love to be able to seal the top of this, but I got this throttle cable coming out, or this choke cable coming out, so I can't. Got to take out some of this water. Because the fluid inside of my bag displaced a bunch, which I should have thought about. Okay, so that should be right. Okay, now this is going to get obnoxious and loud. I'm going to run it for 10 minutes, and then hopefully I'll be able to get it apart. Then I can break it apart, and then we'll do it again. Alright, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Alright, now we're going to see if we can get this thing open. There we go. That actually worked to get that broken open.
What happened to?
Sweet.
Did you get the thing off the carburetor?
I did. And I might be able to salvage this gasket. Okay, gasket is off. But now look how, maybe you can see on this, maybe you can't, how just gross and corroded that is in there. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. So, good. That's why I got this thing. Okay, now I'm going to put this whole thing in here. And hopefully I'll be able to get this seized up choke cable out. My plastic bag's not working. Poked holes. So simple green's not too bad of a solvent to get in there, so I'm not too worried about that. But that is going to dilute me a little bit more than I wanted, so I'm going to add a little bit more old simple green to it. Okay. Okay, well that has been about 20 minutes. This choke cable cleaned up really well. This was just the other one. This is the one I cannot get out of here. Like, I've tried so hard and I'm just struggling with it. So I figured we'd put it in there and see if this would loosen it up. Got her out. Right on. So the dang ultrasonic cleaner can help me with seized parts. Right on. Okay, so these still have gunk in there. They're gonna need to get cleaned up some more, but I wanted to look in my little thing here, see how all my nozzles look. Whoa! Yeah, buddy. These are looking clean. Okay, I'm gonna put this entire carburetor and all its parts back in here for about 30 minutes. I'm just gonna let her go. All right, so this carburetor came out real nice and clean. Got a little bit of rubber from like the boot on there that I'll clean up, but I just put all of the pieces in this little guy. We'll get this other one rocking. Now, in a perfect world, I probably would have cleaned up all that gunk on the outside, but this is the last time I'm planning on using this water before I change it out. So I figure I will just open everything up, break it to pieces, and see how well this thing does of cleaning it. All right, well, now that we've got the carburetor all cleaned up and taken apart, I'm giving this whole thing an overhaul. So I'm going to take the fuel pump off. I've got a rebuild kit coming for it. So I'll get that in the ultrasonic cleaner, get it all cleaned up, and hopefully when the rebuild kit is here, I can get that bad boy rebuilt as well. I just got a gaskets kit for the motor itself, so that is going to get rebuilt this weekend. We're making progress. All of these fuel hoses and everything, they're going to get replaced, so not super worried about them. Gross. All of these hose clamps are going to get replaced, because why would I reuse old junk? So this is something I guess I don't really understand how it works, so I'll have to learn. I would imagine that this hose here has something to do with the action of the pump itself from the stroke. Again, I'm really new to this, so what might seem like a really easy thing for you guys is brand new for me. But I'm going to keep these around so I have a reference for how long I want my new ones to be. If this project's going to do anything for me, it's just going to give me confidence that I can do this kind of stuff. I know I can. I've done it before. And I rebuild a lot of things for work. I just don't understand necessarily the compression part. It'll come. Oh, come on. Literally everything. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give this one cycle. Yep, I'm going to. I'm going to just put it all in there. And then I'll try to get this stuff off because I'm stripping bolts and I don't like it. Okay, so in the future, if anything is kind of seized up, a little rusted, a little anything, I'm going to hit it in that first, because I was just stripping this one out. Threw it in there. She opened right up. May have been the heat. May have been, you know, the sound waves vibrating some of those little particles in there that was adhering. I don't care what it was. All I know is that that just allowed me to take this off and not have to worry about drilling that out. Yeah, I got a kit with all of these gaskets coming in, so not worried about that. I'll run this one more time, then I'm going to hit these gaskets with a razor blade. They definitely needed to be replaced though. There's a lot of gunk inside. Okay. Let me get a little hardware tub. Keep that at 50. Put all these screws in there. Okay. Let her go for another half hour. Alright, well, we've run these fuel pump parts through. And so now I'm just going to take a little razor blade and try to get as much of the gasket material off as I can. And then at the very end, I'm going to hit it with a air-driven angle grinder. Clean it up. That all looks pretty nice. Pretty good. Okay, let's get the air compressor over here.